and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 15th of December. So let's have a look. We're up in the top corner this time. Ooh, looking very pretty. So I'm just trying, somebody suggested that I sort of put the diamond paint in a bit to the left so you could see a bit easier. So we'll give this a go and see if it works. And let's get started. So let's see if I've actually tipped out the right amount, but this is on 820. This is the only little bit of blue in this section. And then looks like we have a fair bit of black as well. So maybe we get that done, though black with this one isn't too much of a bind. And I've just looked up to check the camera angle and my battery's flashing. So I'll be right back. Okay, that was a good start. Let's see how we manage to carry on. Oh, tipped out quite a few black there. Give it a little shake and get the other ones out the way. So I'm trying to see whether this is sort of a better angle for seeing me placing them. Possibly. We'll see how it goes. It's always weird trying to look up while placing them at the same time, so I can see what the screen looks like, but I'm sure I'll be able to see it when I get this edited and get it up for you guys. And we'll see what it looks like then, and if it works, we'll do it going forward. But yeah, I've just made a trip to B&Q again this morning, and the paint colours changed. So I picked up, yesterday we picked up a tester pot for a dusty pink that we liked, and we thought we'd bring that colour in. It's a pale pink, but a pale on the dusty side of pink, if that even makes any sense. But when it's gone up on the walls, while it looks pink in daylight, there is still quite a bit of a hint of lilac, and that's not really the colour I'm going for. So at the moment what we've gone for is we've gone for a pale grey. It will make the kitchen itself, you know, all the internal fixtures, should we say, of the kitchen, a mixture of grey, white and black. But hopefully we can then add whatever colour, and if I don't like it, the colour, you know, don't like it or change my mind in a few months, we can just change the colour of everything without having to repaint everywhere again. But we'll see how it goes. I've got a little production line going now. Every cupboard, outer cabinet, trim has all had 3 coats. So it's had 2 coats of primer because we felt it wasn't quite going on thick enough, so we gave it a little second coat. So it's all had 2 coats of primer and 3 coats of paint. And what we're doing now is interruptions day today. Sorry, my daughter's just nipped in for the little step ladders. So what we're now on today is we're now on giving the sort of fronts of the cabinets a final sand, trimming off any paint that might have got inside the cabinets, of which a craft knife is working fantastic for that. So we're on sort of a clean up, a straighten up, that sort of thing, before we give everywhere sort of, or the main front parts of the cabinet, a final coat with a roller. So it'll be nice when it's all done. Though having said that, there's now the walls to paint, but hey ho, it's all good. It's all getting there. I still feel like I need to get sorted for Christmas. There is not much that I need to get, but I do need to get those last minute bits, mainly the bits that foodie bits that would go off if got too early, but I'm sure I'll be able to get them sorted when I've got a few days off for my daughter's birthday next week. But I know I need to switch gears from the kitchen to Christmas soon. But yeah, it's all getting there. Thank you again to everybody for such a nice comments in regards to scheduling. So I'm not going to set up or arrange or make sure that I have specific videos going up on specific days. I am still going to vary it as I always have done. I'm going to make sure that it's varied and try and keep the content a little bit different, but I'm not going to set myself any particular times for anything, and we'll see. It seems to be what I'm doing is working, so we will stick with that. So I'm just filling in the reds. I'm currently on number 498. I feel like I need to sort of get these darker little bits done before I get into the more blockiness. What other topics have people said? So I know I did get a mention on Friday's video that it was Friday the 13th, and yes it was. Do I have any superstitions or anything like that? Nah, not really. I don't tend to pay much attention to the this is bad luck, that is bad luck. It's not something that really, I never grew up with it. It's never been something that, while I've known it's there, it's never been something that's affected me personally. I think history goes that the number 13 was supposed to be lucky. I don't know what it quite was that turned it into being unlucky, but yeah, everybody has their own view on that, of course, which everybody has the right to. I'm just going to have a drink of my brew that I've brought in with me. Excuse me. Right, I am just going to do this H because I've got one down here that I've got visions of forgetting and having to stick my pen in, and then I'm going to get the red done, I think, next. But let's get that one in there, and then we've got a few up here. Nice bits of orange. I like these abstract ones. I do also need to set myself up a new one. Oh, that's also something I picked up from B&Q this morning. I picked up some pipe lagging for diamond painting. One of the next canvases that I'm going to do is actually really quite big. It's a very big canvas. It's part of my comparing canvas sizes, and I thought let's not start with the easy small one. Let's dive straight in while it's new and fresh, and get the monster one done. The monster one done, and then I'll feel as though I have, you know, taken a big bite out of what I need to do. So yeah, I bought some pipe lagging. I'm going to try that with the canvas. I'll more than likely film a video for the series on it, but I'm going to see if pipe lagging works to sort of roll the canvas onto before I'm working on it. So I picked that up in B&Q in the grand sum of £1.18, equivalent to sort of a pool noodle, but trying to find one of them. First off, trying to find one of them in the UK is not an easy feat. I wouldn't necessarily know where to go. I don't think it would necessarily, even in summer, be something that would be easy to get hold of. In winter, I'd say it's pretty much impossible to get hold of one. So yeah, pipe lagging. I walked past it in B&Q yesterday, and when we nipped today I was like, ooh. So yeah, we picked up the paint. We've changed the paint colour. As I've said, I've still got to test the pot because I want to be sure before I buy it. Sorry, which one do I want? That one. And then we also picked up some soft close hinges. So we picked up one pack yesterday to try, and we like it. We tried it on one of the big cupboards that we've got to see, you know, it's the heaviest cupboard, but it was one that would benefit it from it the most. And yeah, we've liked it, so we've picked up the rest, and we're going to do that sort of as we're putting the doors back on now as we go through stuff. So all very go, very productive, but we can see the end in sight now, which is fantastic and much needed. And yeah, I'll have a new kitchen by Christmas with, I'd say, minimal disruption, but there's still a fair amount of disruption, but it's definitely looking good. So what are the topics? I know I've been a bit all over the place today. I've had to pause the video already twice. If my memory card ends up getting full, I'll have to do it again, though I think I'm alright on that front. Hopefully the battery I've put in has got enough battery to see us through to the end, because I charge my batteries in my craft room, but everything gets turned off when I leave my craft room. And at the moment I've only been coming to do videos, so I don't think they've had as much time to charge as they normally would if I'm in here sorting and messing about with other stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, what's that one? I think I've ended up knocking one of these diamonds off. Oh, somebody probably saw it happen. Yeah, it's definitely that colour. So we'll put that one in there. Try and pay more attention. I'm obviously losing diamonds. They can be a bit jumpy. I'm using my pink pen this time. This one, I've been asked quite a bit. This one is from Lazen Lathe Works on Facebook. He does an amazing job. He has got an Etsy shop as well, though more often than not that's just where he puts the order for you to be able to pay. So you've got the security of being able to pay through Etsy, excuse me, and all their usual payment methods, but you order it from him and he'll let you know, he'll message you when they're done, and the link's on Etsy, and you just click through and you can see pictures of what it is, and it states that it's an order for you, and you pay for it and he ships it out. So it can take a little bit to get the order completed depending on how busy he is, but they do also do auctions, and I think they've just started doing pen drops, where they'll basically put a pen up and the first person to comment can choose to purchase it if they wish, or they do an auction over the course of a couple of hours where the highest bidder at the end of the 2 hours gets the pen, but they tend to be a few more of the special ones, the ones that are a little bit more limited, but you do get to see what the pen looks like in full, of course, before you purchase. So yeah, if you want to treat yourself, always recommend here. I'm just going to pop a bit more wax in this pen because a few of those AB ones didn't seem to want to pick up that time. Somebody also did say, it's just reminded me, that they think it's how clean the diamonds are can be how long the wax can last. That could also very well be a reason that the wax stops working quickly, if maybe they've not come out of, you know, the cleanest line of production. Maybe they've got bits on them, and those bits of course are sticking to the wax, and therefore it's stopping the wax from being sticky like you need it to be. So that's also a very good reason that the wax may need topping up more than usual, especially if you find that you're topping it up more on one particular painting than you are on another. Then yeah, I can definitely see that making a difference. Ooh, so we've only got a bit of yellow and a little bit of orange left to do on this one, so let's do the special. And I do always find these iridescent coating ones, which is what I was struggling with and made me put more wax in my pen. These definitely seem to need fresher wax, should we say, to be able to pick these up. Now whether that is because some of the coating on it gets caught up in your wax, maybe. I don't know. I don't exactly know, but we can come up with potential reasons, can we not? I've got loads of diamonds left of all of these, which is good. So we'll go to 7, 4, 3. What other topics have sort of come up? I know somebody did give me a list of topics, and I went to try and find the comments before I came in here, but it wasn't at the top anymore. So I will go hunting and find it, but at the moment we're trying to get the kitchen done, so it's just a matter of chatting my time away. But I know she did mention holidays, where you like to go on holiday, stuff like that. So a lot of the time, due to cost more than anything, we've had holidays in Wales or the Lake District as a family. We have been looking at potentially going abroad this year or next year. And where were we looking at? And I've completely forgot where we were looking at. But the other place that I tend to go often, the children not as often, is Australia. So I have family in Australia, so both my parents, my brother and his now Australian wife and 2 children, and my sister and her UK husband, and they both, and her 2 children, their 2 children as well, all live in Australia. So my mum and dad emigrated, must be 20 years ago. About 20 years ago they emigrated to Australia. My sister emigrated 11 to 12 years ago, coming up to 12 years ago. She emigrated with her husband very soon after they got married. They've since had 2 children in Australia. And my brother emigrated, I want to say he's nearer 10 years. It was definitely a few years later, but I can't remember the exact year. I'd say 10 years. Excuse me. And he met his wife in Australia, so his wife's Australian, and they've since had 2 children as well. So I tend to go to Australia every other year. So every couple of years. Occasionally it's a bit closer, especially if there's been a new child, a new baby, or for my brother's wedding that was out in Australia, we all went out as a family. But normally now I go out every other year and I take a child with me. So they're all taking it in turns. We've done that for the past 3 times that I've been out there. So there's only my eldest left to go, which will possibly be at some time in 2020, might be 2021. 2020 is sort of the year that I'm due to go, but we'll see what sort of times suit everybody because my eldest is a teacher, so the holidays are a little bit harder for her. But yeah, that's one of course my favourite places to go. We don't tend to do the full tourist part quite as much. We did when we all went out, but now it tends to be mainly seeing family, and we'll do a few things while we're out there. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about that topic another time, or maybe I'll fill some time with it, but for now this is done. So let's zoom out. We've got a top corner, loving all those swells. We've got some of that pale yellows come in, which I think I've only used a couple of times. In fact, I don't even know if I've used that really pale yellow. This lighter one next to it, which was the symbol 744, I've only used a couple of times here. Oh no, maybe I did use it up here, this one. So maybe we'll see some more of that coming up over the next few days. But oh, we're actually going down to this bottom corner tomorrow, which should fill in that, and we'll be able to see some more of the image. But there it is for now. I'm going to go and clean up kitchen cupboards for the rest of the day, but I will be sure to see you back here tomorrow while we do day 16. So thank you for watching. I'll speak to you all tomorrow.